Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got a Advanced Legends C-Class Series race for you here. Decided to start in the back, not qualify. This, even though I'm only car number 13 out of 18, this looks like a really strong strength of field for me. Got some really fast guys, and I knew I would have absolutely no pace if I did try to qualify. So I'd rather start in the back and have more people ahead of me so I can kind of just work my way into it and see if any wrecks develop. I tried to run one of these, and it was the most unbearable race ever. I got into a couple problems myself, but I think the longest green flag run we had was like 3 laps, or at most. It was pretty bad, so I decided to try another one, see if I could get you guys any more actual green flag racing, because riding around under cautions the entire time was absolutely pointless. So hopefully this one goes a little bit cleaner. Hopefully I don't drive like an idiot and lose it, kind of like the 10 just did there. We've got wrecks all over the place.
Watch out. We're under caution.
So this one may end up being the same way. My idea of starting in the back kind of works, but it doesn't work because now I got a bunch of faster people behind me. Problem with these cars, if you haven't followed Legends Racing in open setups, is they tend to wear out the right side tires and heat them up really, really badly. So if you want to set it up for the long run, you've got to set it up incredibly loose off the start. Like, it's wrecking bad loose. It is really hard to drive. And the guys that can make it work are just really, really good drivers to make that happen, to be fast at the front and then just continue to get faster as the run goes. So I do not have mine anywhere near as loose as some of those cars. I do not have the pace. I mean, I just don't have the pace in general, but I have it somewhat loose, but not that loose. It's still wrecking loose for me, but it's not anywhere near on the edge that those guys have it. So you can see a lot of people lose it here. This is such an easy track to lose it off of turn 2 or turn 4. So that was part of why I chose to start in the back, was if there were going to be wrecks that could happen, I could try to avoid as many of those as possible. And you could see, started 15th all the way up to 12th. Doesn't mean I'm going to hold that, because there's quite a few cars behind me that should be faster, that can go by. But if I can get to like 9th or 10th, I'll be really happy with the finish. More importantly is just to get a 0x, try to get the safety rating headed back into the right direction. Kind of took a little bit of a hit from what I gained out of the SK modified race, but still overall, you know, trying to head back in the right direction, get back to A license as quickly as possible, but still try to salvage something in the I rating so I don't lose progress that way. I don't want to just ride around in the back and, you know, only collect safety rating and destroy that too. I want to try to just learn how to race safely and within my means. You know, and still be as competitive as possible.
Jake,
so
get ready. Race will resume at the end
3
of this
restarting on the outside with the 3 behind me. I'm guessing the 3 is going to be incredibly quick. I will probably be letting the 3 go off of the start. Easily get freight train, but not too many spots to get back overall. But yeah, this track's interesting to drive. Not a real good combination for me in these cars. And what you have to do is
green, let's go.
really kind of drive it with the throttle rather than the steering wheel. The steering wheel really doesn't deviate too much, so it's all about not getting on the throttle too hard. So figured it would be a good lesson. You know, if I could figure out how to do it, then I could drive most cars pretty well too. So you can see we're definitely going to the back. I got a spin on the inside. So sorting back to 14th, it looks like, as the 15 lost it. Was just staying to the outside and letting everybody go. So this one ends up being caution filled. I apologize. That's probably what it's going to be. Just going to try to get you guys something decent to run, or see. But I don't want to run, you know, 15 of these trying to get one that's not involved in cautions. Like I said, it's just kind of how this goes when you have to set these things up this loose. So people are going to lose it, and unfortunately you can get it down in practice, and then a lot of people, and myself included, you get in the racing mentality, you start driving harder than you really should be off the start in actual green flag conditions, and you start losing it. So yeah, it's real easy to do. So big thing for me is just to be able to avoid as many of those as I possibly can. I could see the value in me running this series, especially if you guys enjoy watching it. Because, like I said, with how loose you have to set these cars up to be able to drive them fast the entire time, you've got to have pristine throttle and steering control.
We're under caution. Pits are closed.
So if I can figure out the setups, get faster at that and get much better at the driving, it could provide a lot of benefits that could translate to other series. But at the same time, I don't want to just pace the entire time because of, how that's going to be. So, just have to see how it goes. I may, see how this one does, run maybe another week or something like that, and then kind of evaluate from there.
We're going green next time by.
Gonna be restarting this time. Next time by, gonna be on the inside row, inside of row 7 and 13th. So lost one spot off of the restart, but that honestly was okay because I was gonna be headed much further to the back. So assuming unless the 2's really affected by the damage, he'll be a lot quicker. So just gonna kind of lay back and wait for the start. Just see what I can do. I think I'm a little bit faster than the 15 or the 17, but just gonna watch. You got the 2 blinking. We've got the 4 going wide. He's losing it. Hopefully no caution, and we do get the caution. So yeah, this is gonna be unbearable for you guys if it's like this. Can't even get through one lap. At least this time it's not me. I mean, bright side is this is technically giving me clean laps for safety rating, but overall super frustrating to not even be able to get a lap in. Yeah. If anybody was cutting it close on fuel by running a gallon instead of 2 gallons, they are going to be way good, given how many laps we're doing under caution. That probably would have been the right move for me to do. I just ran with 2 gallons just in case. Didn't want to get a repeat of the last, the SK race at North Wilkesboro. So, yeah, a lot of fast cars. You're so on edge that it's so easy to lose it. And when you've got this many people running side by side, pushing as hard as they can, trying to get on the throttle as hard as they can, as quickly as they can, it's gonna cause a lot of problems. So, I feel like some people don't realize that it's better sometimes to back off a little bit and work your way up, get going in the long run, and then if you have your car set up well, you should be able to start seeing a difference, in wear and speed potential, and be able to get back by some of the people. So, but unfortunately, when you're that fast and you're running for needing to finish in the top 2 or win the race, and you fall to the back, you got to push as quickly as you can. So I get it. It's a double-edged sword for sure.
We're under caution. Pits are closed.
Hopefully we can get some sort of long run in to make this a little more enjoyable. I don't really want to show you guys a video of me just riding around under caution. That's not very interesting at all, and you guys could easily do that on your own. But I am happy to get as many 0x laps in as I can and be able to avoid problems.
Okay, Jake.
And if more people spin and they're not able to get by me, then that's more positions I obviously could try to gain, work myself towards a top half finish. Honestly, 9th, 8th or 9th, something like that, I'll be thrilled to death with that. So, gonna be starting on the outside. My guess is it's gonna be very similar to 2 restarts that I'll just probably be dropping towards the back.
Green flag.
It's very easy to get freight trained here. And we've got some faster cars trying to work their way back up. The 4 is, going to be one of them. So just kind of staying high right now, letting the 4 go. No pressure from the 17 behind. Probably faster than the 15, but I was okay with letting him go. So just going to fall back. You can see the 15 loses it off the corner. Hopefully that does not bring out the caution.
16.07.
At least we're able to stay green this time. Got some side-by-side. You got the 18 bumping the curb. It's really easy to do. I almost lose it off of 4 by getting on the throttle too early. Thankfully able to catch it and save it.
16.00.
Just trying to keep it green.
16.52.
Trying to keep it straight. You can see I'm quite a bit off the pace, but I'm also driving a little more conservatively, just watching for the start of this, trying to get some heat into the tires. They take about 15 laps or so to come in.
16.00. That's your fastest lap. The car in front has just posted a 16.32.
And I'm probably honestly just a 13th place car, which at least is what my car number is. But
new fastest lap for Kroon, 15. 0.95.
I'm just
The gap
not
behind is
very
now
quick.
0.83. Your lap times are improving. This is good.
Just didn't quite figure out the setup. Sad thing is, I felt like I made quite a bit of gains from the setup from where I started with. Just still got a long way to go.
That's a new fastest lap.
And of course, you know, again, I'm probably way off on the driving, just not good enough to drive this on the edge like some of these guys are. So I guess goals to work towards if I decide to stay in this and keep working towards it. I feel bad that I'm not giving you guys much to watch now that I'm just kind of on my own, but you know, just trying to make it through a race and have some potential. I thought maybe an open setup race, you know, if I could figure something out and be good enough to be top half, it could give me a shot at it. You can see I'm nowhere near top half pace. Only way I'll get to that is, you know, if we have a bunch of wrecks, guys get damaged, and I'm able to avoid it.
16.27.
Clicking off the laps, at least now we're getting a green flag running. We've got 25 to go. We'll have 24 next time by.
0.77.
Honestly, 17 could easily get by me.
Full course
We've got the
caution.
two who went way off the track, drilled the front stretch wall down, banking and back up, so could be one spot if his car is pretty hurt that I could gain.
Brown has binned it.
Fortunately, again, that's going to put me on the outside, but hopefully shouldn't be too many people behind.
Pace car's out. Line up single file behind McClendon. Full course caution. Watch out. Pace car
Yeah,
out.
just when I thought we were going to get some green flag laps in and try to get there, we have that problem happen. So, although it's probably a better thing because it keeps me closer to the leaders and not running the risk of going a lap down, that easily could happen. Not sure if the 2 is going to be damaged enough to continue. Looks like the 16's going in the pit road. He might have some damage and or just looking to get a fresh set of tires. Honestly, it probably wouldn't be the worst idea with me being in the back. Probably should have known this was going to be this bad, thrown in a little bit of a tighter setup and then been able to take tires. But these do take a little longer to change, so it's not anywhere near as fast as any of the NASCAR series. So not sure if I could stay on the lead lap with how long it would take. Looks like I believe that was the 2. Yeah, the 2 did disconnect. Probably too much damage to continue. So at least what I should do is fall back to 13th where I was before the caution came out. In 11th right now, so at least restarting on the inside row. Feel like I'm faster than the 17. Not sure about the 16, how I stack up in terms of pace compared to him. I'm going to be able to follow the 4 through. Hopefully the 4 can just kind of carve a hole, and if I can drive somewhat decent, you know, tucking behind him, although, again, you can see how far off I was on pace to start, so it'll be a bit tougher to do that. We're going to be restarting on lap 33, so we'll have 18 to go. So just under a third of the race left. Just love to somehow figure out if I can find a way to pick up 2 spots. That's all I want to do is just get 2 spots and get to 9th, but see if that can happen. It's going to take some more wrecks like that, most likely. But just going to do the best that I can to avoid them. Wait to see when the leader goes. Pace car will be pulling in soon. Only 1 row of cars behind, so not too much pressure. Able to get a good run going. Got to the inside of the 18, got the 16 to the inside. Or 16, excuse me, is looking to the outside. Almost got into the corner a little too hot and lose it, trying to just drive it as carefully as I can.
Clear outside.
Gonna let the 16 go. He's got some more pace than me. No reason to challenge him. Got the 18 trying to look to the outside as well.
Outside. Keep it steady.
If he can get by me on the outside, good for him. I will concede the position at that point, but just going to continue to hold the inside line, although I can't get the curb like that.
We've got a full course caution.
The 5 had the issue. Unfortunately, he was high enough in the racing line that brings out the caution. Should move me up to 10th, which would be 1 spot up from the last restart. However, that's going to put me on the outside. And I'm guessing the 5 with just the slide is going to be fast enough to work his way back up. That just looked like a simple lost car, you know, just breaking it loose off of turn 4. Nobody got into him, so would assume he's going in for tires. He'll be back out. He'll be good to go. Unless he somehow goes down a lap, which I doubt will happen. So we'll be looking at probably coming back to 12th or 13th. 18 was definitely probably a bit quicker than me running on the outside. 17, I still think I got the pace on. 16 was definitely faster than me. 4, kind of close. I don't know. I think he's got some problems that might have hurt him. He does not seem as fast as he was off the start of the race. So. But yeah, just gonna try to get a. Hopefully, we can just get one last restart, keep it clean, green the rest of the way. Of course, you know, with us getting closer to 10 to go, which we'll probably be restarting with like 8 to go. Guys are gonna be pushing even harder, so I would assume the likelihood of wrecks is gonna go up even more. We got one green flag run that was longer than the race before, and unfortunately, everything else has not been very good. So. Yeah, going to be restarting with 10 to go. So,
under caution. Pits are closed.
Looks like the 5 might still be on pit road, so I can't tell. If he just went back in, he'll stay on the lead lap and we'll have 13, but leaders might get around him before he gets out. We'll see. Nope, he should be okay as he pulled back out, so should still have 13 on the lead lap. I would assume the 5 will definitely be quicker.
Okay, Jake, get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Gonna be restarting on the outside behind the 4 in 10th. Just gonna try to see if I can follow whatever direction he goes off the start and see if I can gain any positions out of that. 15 or 5 will be on the inside, so he'll definitely have the advantage on me, and I'll probably just let him by.
Green, green, green.
Off and rolling. Coming across the line to start 10 to go. You can see the 5 gets a great run on the inside. Just kind of hanging out there. Gotta let the 8 go, or 18 go. Gonna let the 5 go. So we're gonna fall all the way back to 12th, but honestly, it was better than trying to challenge and create possible problems. We got some guys clipping the curbs.
Full course caution, be careful.
Somehow did get a 4X out of that. Unfortunately, thought I was able to avoid the 18 and the 5, but unfortunately did not enough to avoid the 0X. But
we think Foster has gone off.
If I can end up with a 4X out of this, I'll be happy. I probably should have just hit the brakes a little more and
the pace car is out. Line up single
stayed,
file
you know, further to the right and avoided that.
Full
but
course caution. We're under caution. Pits closed.
Yeah, I don't know. So back to 10th because I had to let the 5 by. Thought I could get lucky and be on the
Pits are open.
inside road, but unfortunately on the outside. So yeah, it's probably going to be somewhere around a 11th, 12th place finish, depending on if I'm able to stay ahead of the 18 off the restart. He'll have the he'll be directly behind me on the outside line. So I mean, bright side is he won't have the advantage on the inside. You can see how much better of a start he got, and I had no choice. They both got such a good run that I had to let him go. Although we're not going to have many laps left. So again, this series is going to be this way. I probably will not be running it because it's great that I can learn how to drive the cars, but it's not going to do any good if we're just constantly under caution. But I may give it one more week, so probably going to be getting a restart with like 2 or 3 to go, and if we get a caution, it'll just end under caution at that point, which will be really frustrating, but kind of the sum of how these races have gone. So hopefully with the 4X, I can at least gain a couple hundredths of a point for safety rating. Kind of call that break even, but as long as I'm not losing this.
Pits are open.
Better than anything when I get incident points. I know this race has been very boring for you guys, and I apologize for that. I thought it had potential when we got that green flag run, and then get everybody bunched back up, and we just start losing it. So
Pace car is out. Pits
got 2 to go. We will be restarting with 3 to go. So it'll be one last shot to try to get all the laps in under green conditions. I doubt it'll happen given how it's gone, but you never know. Which means most likely I'm going to get, again, freight trained on the restarts, and unless there's some big wreck that I'm able to avoid, you're talking probably a 12th place finish, to be honest, which I guess, again, is still better than what my car number is, but obviously, being this close to the goal of 9th, I would love to try and make that happen if I could, but just gonna do what I can. Gonna have the 11 pushing, I'm sure. The 18's gonna be pushing on the outside. Just gonna see what we can do.
Green flag, we're racing.
Kind of stacks
Okay,
up on the
Jake,
outside.
push now. Catch up here.
I think they tried to jump the start and had to check up, so
P10.
just gonna hang to the outside. Try to get down now. I got the 18 looking to the inside. Gonna have to let him go. 11's trapped behind the 17.
Clear low.
Fall back to 11th. We've got 2 to go this time. It's probably all I'm going to be able to get out of it unless some sort of wreck happens in front, but like I said, I would be okay with 11th if we can finish under green, so at least you can see green flag finish. Got the white flag this time. For the most part, it's single file racing with the exception of the 12 being stuck on the outside. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm fast enough to be able to get to the 12. Got some cars fanning it out right there. 18 loses that I get involved in that. That's going to cause me to lose one more spot. Actually, somehow able to maintain it, so should finish 10th.
10th position. That's the
Yeah,
end of the
I
race,
don't know.
by the
I
way.
mean, where the 18 lost it, I probably should have hit the brakes and gone way to the inside to avoid it, but not a whole ton I really could have done there. Yeah, you can see that right there. Let's see, I tried to get on the brakes, and I don't know. I mean, at that point, thought I was clearing them and didn't quite clear them, so not a whole ton I could really do there, unfortunately. It was just coming to the checker and not much I could do there, so drilled them in the right front, and then unfortunately, actually looked like I netcoded the 11. Yeah, I was coming down the track and tried to get it straightened up, and that actually netcoded the 11, so netcode seems to be getting a lot worse lately. Feel bad for sending him around, but yeah, a bit rough. You can see tires took almost nowhere because we sat under caution most of the time. So take a look at the results, see how bad those are. I'm guessing safety rating is going to take a hit given the last 4X we got at the end, although, again, I don't really know what else I really could have done in that situation. Top split 27.49 overall, not crazy strong for this, but for me, definitely stronger. Managed to gain 10 in iRating, thankfully, but lost 0.10 on the safety. So it was like I thought. I think that 4X probably took me from breaking even to losing a little bit, but it is what it is. Thought I could have a shot at something. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out the way I wanted to. I don't know. The 4X that first happened with trying to avoid that wreck was pretty close. I probably should have done a little better of a job avoiding it. That was kind of tough. And then I don't know. I don't think there was a whole ton I could have done with the way the 18 spun before that. But you can see about 4/10 off fastest lap, but never really got a shot to get comfortable with the car, get any kind of run. I feel like my car could have at least been a little bit faster than that if we would have been able to go a full run. So as you can see, I actually turned the fastest lap. The second to last lap was, for the most part, everybody was able to do that earlier. So it was just kind of the product of the racing. But feel free to leave your feedback on both the one wreck that I tried to avoid that I couldn't get there, and then what happened with the 18. If that really was just kind of nowhere to go racing deal, or if there was anywhere else I could go. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Even if you want to leave comments unrelated to that, that's great. Remember to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more races. So until the next one, hopefully all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.